Shalom. All praise is due to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha Quadash, the honors to the elect, Apostle, Bishop, Elders at Great Millstone, and well. Shalom to like Aki out there doing this work in sincerity and truth, and not for vainglory in season out of season. Just want to throw my 2 cents in about Al-Azhar, aka otherwise known as Guerrilla Hebrew. I believe Sarnetta gave him that name, Guerrilla Hebrew. You know, he had his the Sakari group that broke off from GMS, you know, and you know, and they started going out there teaching, you know, and for the most part, you know, they were teaching the same thing that the apostles, bishops, elders, and brothers were teaching. Okay, but then of course they started going off, and Yahweh Bahashem Bahashem Yahweh Shai broke it up, you know. So I don't know whether they kicked Al-Azhar out, okay, and they started making their own other splinter groups, you know, and you know, and you know, now you have the scandal that won't go away with Al-Azhar, with the whole pagan thing, you know. I think a woman brought it out on him, Al-Azhar's woman, you know, and then a whole lot of other scandals that was going on, you know. So but let's give a couple of reasons why through the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, the 1st chapter and the 4th verse, because the Apostle Tahar brought this out. It says, "For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin." Now let's go look up that word malicious. Okay, I have it right here. It says malicious refers to actions or words intentionally designed to cause harm, distress, or damage to someone else's reputation. Okay, so yeah, you know, so that's what I want to, you know what I'm saying, you know. So that's what he's doing. His intentions was to what? Cause harm, distress, or damage to one's self-reputation, you know. So, you know, he started, you know, the apostles getting on him about certain things, you know what I'm saying, you know. He had that, he had the Passover in a, whether it was a strip joint or not, but you had a bunch of women with their ass out, you know, and that's why he had a Passover at a club, at a strip club, wherever it was. Okay, there was a whole bunch of women with their ass out, man, literally with their ass out, with thongs on and shit, you know. And then he had an after party at the Passover. There's no such thing written in the Lord's statutes and commandments. Okay? All right? It's like the Apostle Tahar said, ain't no after party, ain't no party, period. You know? So, you know, he's talking shit against the Apostle Tahar, the Apostle Gabar, the Apostle Rakar, the Apostle Ramlab, you know? And this scandal got brought out on his ass. Why? Because he has a malicious soul, man. Okay? You know? Period. All right? Now, you got all this scandal going on. Now, you're going to come back and start talking shit about the Apostle Gabar again. Yeah, man. You know? Because you're trying to damage someone else's reputation, man. You know? Cause harm and distress. You know? And this is before this whole pagan thing scandal came out with him. With Al-Azhar, you know? So let's go back. It says, for into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter. See, and that's the thing. You know, you had the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding when you was with GMS. You know, then all of a sudden, man, the wisdom just left your ass, man. Okay? Nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. You see? You know, so here it is. All this shit is going on with you. You know, the whole pagan situation, all the other scandals that you had going on. Wisdom is not going to dwell in the body like that, man. You know? Now, when that whole scandal came out about the whole pagan thing, you know, oh, I'm not a part of the Israelite community no more and all this stuff, and then you start crying online, and wisdom can't dwell in a body like that, man. Okay? It can't dwell in your mind like that, man. Who's subject unto sin. Now here it is. We all sin, right? 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 We all sin. Right? But those are day-to-day sins. You know? But that pagan shit, come on, man. That's on a whole nother level, man. You know? Then you got the nerve to talk shit about the Apostle Tahar and Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Amla. I mean, see, and this is why the Mossad broke that whole fucking Sakari thing up, man. So either they kicked you out or you left, then they created their own group, Genesis. What is his name? Deacon Hakad and Hassad, if I'm not, if I'm correctly saying their names, and then the Genesis group, and they had scandals, and I mean, yo, bro, wisdom can't dwell in the mind of a person like that, man. Okay? All right? So let's go to that's why some other dudes fell off too, man. You know, because they had malicious souls, man. You know? Then they start going off and breaking shit down the wrong way. Okay? All right? Start bringing out false doctrine. You know? First of all, when you broke off, you named your group that you set up Sakari, man. Sakari wasn't righteous men, man. You know, they were trying to take down the Roman Empire, man, by the sword, and that wasn't going to happen. Okay? Yahweh Shai said, and then the Apostle Paul said, there's going to be a falling away first, a falling away of Israel. Israel was going to have to fall, man. You know? So right there it showed you that the spirit was going off you, man. Okay? Why? Because you had a malicious soul. You know? You didn't want to cut your long hair, and you claim you a Nazarite. Right? And then, when it come time for the Passover to come, you're supposed to shave all your hair off your body off, man. Off your head, off your arms, your legs. You're supposed to shave all that hair off when the Passover comes. The Apostle Paul did it. Yeah, you had one dude that was in GMS. He ain't in GMS no more because he decided to leave. All right? And he did that. He shaved when the Passover came. He shaved off the hair, all the hair off his body. Oh, I didn't drink grape wine. I drank honey wine because the Nazarite's not supposed to drink the blood of the grape, which is wine. Where the fuck is that in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Passover, man? See, she's showing you right there, man. All right? But let's go to another scripture. Let's go to 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter, and the 10th verse. All right? But chiefly them that walk after the flesh, in the lusts of uncleanness, and despise governments. And that's what happened, because, you know, you started despising the apostles first and foremost. Okay? All right? When you were told to cut that damn hair of yours, man. That long hair you have. Okay? And then the apostles is getting on you about that so-called Passover you had in that club with women with thongs on, dancing, shaking their ass, showing their ass cheeks. Getting on you, all right? You know? So you started despising governments, which are the apostles of Great Millstone. Okay? The apostle Tahar, the apostle Gabar, the apostle Rakar, the apostle Ramlab. All right? Presumptuous are they, self-willed. I'm going to break away from GMS and do my own thing. You know? They are not afraid to speak evil against dignities, which are the apostles of Great Millstone. All right? And you wasn't afraid, man. Oh, man, you was talking all kind of shit against the apostle Tahar and the apostle Gabar, the apostle Rakar, apostle Ramlab. Oh, you were talking buko shit, man. You know? See, and that's what kind of person Al-Azhar is, man. Okay? Look, man, that scandal that you got with that pagan thing, hey, man, that's not going away no time soon, man. Okay? That is not going away. All right? So, I hope you've been edified, and with that, shalom.